Hi, Pastor Tony here. Someone asked the question, how did I know I was going to be a pastor, or how did I become a pastor? And I thought that would be a great question for an Ask the Pastor video blog. Actually, I knew at a very young age I was going into ministry, about second grade, and that stuck with me until I was in my 20s, and then I sort of got away from it and went on a different path. But again in my 30s, it came roaring back to me kind of that I really was going to go into ministry. And I want you to understand that just because you have an inner desire, that doesn't make you a pastor. But that inner desire definitely has to be there. That stuck with me. The second thing that happened is that people started coming up to me and saying, you know, you really ought to be a pastor. And I think that needs to be there too, an inner desire and people acknowledging that, hey, you'd be a pretty good pastor. The third thing is that I needed to go to school. I think nobody should call themselves a pastor if they're not properly trained, if they don't have the best possible religious education. In my church, the Lutheran Church, we have to go to seminary. We have to have a master's degree. We have to be able to translate biblical Greek and Hebrew and know church history and all of this stuff. I think that's decent. I think that's exactly what you ought to have if you're going to get in front of people and try to teach them. So I did that, but all three of those things also don't make you a pastor. You need inner desire, you need people telling you you should be one, you need a proper education. But the fourth thing is the real thing that makes you a pastor, and that's a call. You need to be called by the Holy Spirit through a congregation to be their pastor. And I got my first call to go to Messiah Lutheran Church in Naples, Florida in 2004. My second call is where I am now, here at Gloria Dei, which came last fall. And I hope that answers your questions on how I became a pastor. If you have any more questions, be sure and send them in. We'd love to answer them. Have a great day. God bless.